Have you ever wondered how birds can fly for hours without getting exhausted? Or how they can breathe even at high altitude where oxygen level is so less? Unlike mammals, birds have a highly specialized respiratory system that provides continuous oxygen supply, making it one of the most efficient breathing mechanism in the animal kingdom. Let's explore how it works. The avian respiratory system delivers oxygen from the air to the tissues and also removes carbon dioxide. Respiratory system plays a important role in thermoregulation, which is maintaining the normal body temperature. The avian respiratory system is different from that of other vertebrates, with birds having relatively small lungs plus air sacs that play an important role in respiration, but they do not directly involve in the gaseous exchange. Birds have air sacs that collects air and then force the air through the lungs. Birds must be capable of high rates of gas exchange because their oxygen consumption at rest is higher than that of all other vertebrates, and it increases many times during flight. Air sacs allow the unidirectional flow of air through the lungs. Lungs receive fresh air during inhalation and exhalation. Large air sacs join the lungs and serve to ventilate them in cross current circulation. Gas exchange in the blood actually occurs in the air capillaries. Lungs receive fresh air during inhalation and exhalation. Air is pulled by suction type pull and gas exchange are in the capillaries. The trachea are divided into two primary bronchi. These are termed as mesobronchi that do not enter the lungs but extend posteriorly to reach the posterior air sacs. The major components of the avian respiratory system includes trachea, which is windpipe. The trachea is the main airway connecting the nostrils and the mouth to the lungs. Bronchi. The trachea divides into two primary bronchi, one for each lung. These further divide into smaller secondary and tertiary bronchi, ensuring deep penetration of air into the respiratory system. Parabronchi. It is the primary site for gaseous exchange. Instead of alveoli like in mammals, birds have parabronchi, which are tiny tubular structures where gas exchange occur. These allow air to move continuously in one direction, maximizing oxygen absorption. Air sacs. These are the unique features in the birds. Unlike mammals, birds have 9 air sacs that assist in breathing. These do not participate in gas exchange but play a vital role in moving air through the lungs efficiently. The air sacs are divided into two, the anterior air sacs and posterior air sacs. Anterior air sacs include interclavicular, cervical, and anterior thoracic air sacs, and posterior air sacs include posterior thoracic and abdominal air sacs. There are many functions of these air sacs. Unidirectional airflow ensures that oxygen rich air is always moving through the lungs even during exhalation. Continuous oxygen supply. This provides a constant and efficient gas exchange, which is crucial for high energy activities like flight. High efficiently breathing for flight. Flying requires a lot of oxygen. Birds can sustain long flights because their air sacs optimize oxygen intake, unlike mammals, which exhale oxygen along with carbon dioxide. Air sacs reduces the body weight. While air sacs do not provide lift, but they help make the bird's body lighter, aiding in flight. Mechanism of respiration in birds. Now let's break down how birds actually breathe. Unlike mammals, birds requires two inhalation and two exhalation to fully exchange air in their lungs. Step 1. First inhalation. The chest expands, causing fresh air to flow through the trachea and bronchi into the posterior air sacs. Step 2. First exhalation. The chest contracts, pushing fresh air from the posterior air sacs into the lungs, where gas exchange occurs. Step 3. Second inhalation. The chest expands again, drawing stale air from the lungs into the anterior air sacs. while fresh air again enters the posterior sacs. Step 4. Second exhalation. The chest contracts, forcing stale air from the anterior air sacs out through the trachea. This unique breathing system ensures a constant supply of oxygen and allow birds to extract more oxygen from each breath than mammals. Now let's talk about why is the avian respiratory system so efficient. The avian respiratory system is one of the most efficient in the animal kingdom. But why? First, it provides continuous oxygen flow. Birds inhale fresh air even when exhaling, unlike mammals which have a dead air volume. Second, unidirectional airflow. It prevents mixing of fresh and stale air, maximizing oxygen uptake. Third, adaptation for flight. It enables birds to fly long distance without tiring. Fourth, the ability to breathe at high altitude. It allows birds like eagles and geese to survive in low oxygen environment. This makes the avian respiratory system far superior to that of mammals in terms of oxygen efficiency. So to sum it up, birds have small lungs but large air sacs ensuring continuous airflow. The parabronchi allows one-way gas exchange, making respiration highly efficient. Their unique breathing cycle enables constant oxygen supply, which is essential for flight. This is why birds can fly at high altitude, sustain long flights, and maintain high metabolic rates. Amazing, right? That's all for this video. Thank you.